Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of Flesh and Pod. My name is Abby, and I am your host. With me, as always, are Logan and Jordan. Before we get started, I just have a quick question for everyone, though. Did you miss me last week?
Oh, fuck, did I ever? Oh, God, I hate your job. Thank you for doing it. That sucks.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy with you two. You are
No, we're
constantly-
horrible. We are trash.
I think Dalen was the most steady mover
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
needle. Yeah. Somebody was highlighting the document like Abby does, and like the show notes being like, "Hey, it's time to move on," and it wasn't me, and I don't think it was you.
No, it was Dalen.
Was it? Yeah, okay. It might have been just been like, "All right, we're going to this part," or I don't know if it was or not, but I don't think it was me. So that's pretty funny.
I had not. I was only 2 beers deep. It definitely wasn't me. So.
Well, if I'm ever sick again, you know who to call to keep the show on track.
Yeah.
We'll just if he's unavailable, we'll go find somebody else, and then it'll be horrible again, and then we'll all just lament how we don't have Abby. It's not horrible for anybody else, but Jordan and myself, listeners, were receptive of the episode and very happy and love the guest and everything else. But Jordan and I are both like, fuck. Abby.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Rick and Morty scene where like they get some award for doing a good job and saving a planet, and then they get back to their car and they just like start screaming and crying. And they're like, I was not in control at all. Oh my god,
I was not in control.
You had no handle on what was going on in there.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, like it was really funny.
Like that, yeah. We got off the show and everything else, and Jordan and I are sitting there talking. At some point, we're like, God, neither of us had any control over that show.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah. That turned out good though. It was fun to talk to him, and really interesting guy, and like very like obviously like a unique like skill set in being like a card player and a professional athlete, and like so it was really cool seeing this like fandoms of ours overlap for sure.
Yeah, and then a card player that just casual goes in and dominates the Hunter Burton 1K. This past weekend. So just packing up victories going into a calling seems like a good plan.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
What a stud. What an animal.
That's right. So while we are talking about animals, Logan, what did you do in Flesh and Blood this week?
All right, well, I deserve that. Not much. I mean, played some Commoner Blitz on Thursday for an Armory event. I went to the last ProQuest I was going to go to this season yesterday and played just like a fucking ass. I think it's just, honestly, I've just fallen into the playing Starvo problem, which is it's too easy to turn your brain off and autopilot the deck and not even think about what you're doing because you're just like, I'll just Starvo him again. And when it doesn't happen, you just start to lose and you go back in time and go, wow, I pitched the wrong card there. I could have soaked up 2 extra points there that I just decided not to because I wanted to do this thing instead, which was a dumb decision. And this deck that I hate playing, and it really is very hard to stay engaged playing it. I didn't play to the margins, and I lost like an ass. My opponents were very good. It wasn't anything to do with them. It was just me going and not playing the margins and playing stupid because I hated what I was playing. I think that... I guess I wasn't around for this part, but they streamed the top 8, and it was Oldham versus Starvo. And I don't know the players' names, but apparently, like on turn 2, the Starvo player double fused an Oak and Old, with the Starvo ability, and the Oldham player just went fuck this and scooped up his cards, knocked over his Red Bull and spilled it all over the playmat, the top 8, like the playmat for the stream on the top 8, and just tilted off and left.
Oh.
So yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was floored. But
that's gonna happen to you a lot. That has to happen a lot.
I think everybody was playing the elemental deck in the top 8 that had the deck in the top 8 was playing the deck that Dagan designed, and he hyper calculated it out to being like a 66% or higher hit rate on your Starvo turns. So yeah, it's gonna happen. Like
that's so weird to me. Like in a world where this deck exists, to be like, oh, they did the thing.
Right. But I think it happened to him so much at that point that I was just like, nope, fuck it.
Man, that's a weird time to tilt off about that.
It really is. Hey, it's Cat. And it was. But again, maybe there's more context to it that I just don't know about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, dude, I get it. and they're probably just going to let this deck Living Legend out without doing anything about it. And I think that's fine. I do agree that it's probably not the ideal scenario to have a hero Living Legend out in 3 months.
Yeah.
But it's probably better than banning it out from under people as they prepare for the Pro Tour. So,
because we have a BNR announcement on April 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here, April 1st. Yeah, that's
3 weeks before, 4 weeks before.
Yeah, that just doesn't make sense to me to do anything there. Like anything you hit unfairly hits something else at this point, and like, I don't like in a rat, as they've said, is like their worst case last ditch effort,
last resort.
Yeah, and look at this point, like it could be done this weekend or next weekend after Indianapolis. So
could it? I don't think we're going to be at 800 points.
How many does a calling give you? 200?
200, I think.
Okay, so I mean they could get 200 this weekend, right? Or 130. They need 220, 233 still. So never mind.
Yeah, it would require the Pro Tour.
Yeah, well, there's some battle hardens. Yeah, there's some battle hardens in there. So yeah, maybe because there's after April 1st, there's Dallas, and then Pittsburgh a couple of weeks after that. So man, maybe could get there before the PT. And if it wins the PT, then it's done, right? Because PT's what, like 300?
Enough.
Yeah.
I think PTs are 300. I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, I'll Google it just so that I don't get fact checked and have the correction corner. But yeah, it's actually kind of funny because there is the Living Legends changes page on the Fab TCG Discord has an outdated leaderboard, and there's some like links that they just like haven't kept up with, and it's kind of confusing to navigate. But Pro Tour is Pro Tour is 200, and the calling is 100.
100. So
battle hardens are only 30. Yeah,
there's no way that gets taken care of before the Pro Tour.
Here's what's bananas: Pro Quests are only 6. So look at this Living Legends leaderboard, and all of that is made up of 6-point increments.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Except
God.
for one battle hard.
Right.
Yep.
1 30-point increment. Oh my God.
So 522 points from 6-point increments.
Oh my God. It's a lot
going into this weekend. So
yeah, right. Like when you hear this, we are not contemplating the weekend that you just had. That's crazy.
Yeah, the fact that there are two Living Legend heroes that are over halfway there on Living Legends points. One of them is in Monarch, which came out a year ago.
Yeah, like this time last year, right?
Yeah, and the other one is Bravo, which came out in February.
Yeah. There's been some good talk on Twitter about a Dalen actually made this point that if there was a ProQuest season for Chain or Briar, they would absolutely be done by now.
Yes,
I think they were more like oppressive than the Bravo was. They just didn't have a ProQuest season. They were much more like they had calling seasons that definitely pumped up those numbers. But so what would we say? 522 of this is from ProQuests.
Shane had Road to National season though, which
That's
is
true.
Still 6-point increments if I remember right.
Road to Nationals you are right. They are ProQuests. Yep.
So Chain had a season.
How many of those events were there?
I don't know if it's the same number or not. I'm gonna guess it was probably less.
Gotcha. Okay. Like it's not like 2 a week for like 2 months or whatever.
It felt like it was though when I talked to like the people that were playing at that point in time that they were bouncing around quite a bit. Like
my records from those pre-early days are very hasty in my scribe notes.
Jesus, yeah, because you've been playing since 1874.
Yeah, I got to keep canon. You got to keep canon.
Yeah, it was actually Jordan being a Prism stan, which brought about women's suffrage in America. So in this case, I think Shane actually did have that season. Briar didn't.
Yeah, actually, people don't know this, that Prism's art is based off of Season B Anthony. So
okay.
Yeah.
We're now a history podcast.
Okay,
Great.
Jordan, what did you do? I don't know what happened here. Sorry, I'm still on my break from last week, and everyone, we just
Yeah, you just let that go. That was
We're
on
off
you.
You just
the
let us
rails.
veer off
That's
course, and I
fine.
can't believe that.
I'm bringing it back now. Jordan, what did you do?
I don't think I did much Flesh and Blood stuff this week. There was an opportunity to play 2 Pro Quests, one yesterday in Louisville and one today in Cleveland, and I didn't do either of those. Not really sure why or anything. We played a little bit of Blitz yesterday, you and I, Abby, but otherwise, not really a whole lot. Kind of just a lot of Twitter with people, but didn't really do a whole lot. It was kind of nice, actually. I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited to play a lot in this GND, but as far as this past week, the usual podcast YouTube loop that I find myself in, but
Yeah, right.
not much.
So Jordan,
more.
I have to ask, since Abby can't shuffle 60 cards.
Yeah.
Are you going to be playing this Calling to enjoy it or to try to win?
So it's really funny that you asked that, because I have that question with myself all the time. Probably enjoy it is probably the most reasonable answer. I don't think it's reasonable for me to say at the level of like preparation that I have and stuff to say I'm going to win. But like the competitor in me is like, well, I enjoy winning. So those are the same. Also, like, it's tough because, like, I don't plan to lose round 1, right? And if I win round 1, I don't plan to lose round 2. And if I win round 2, I don't plan to lose round 3. And you can do that until the finals of the tournament. So people ask me, hey, how do you think you'll do this week? And I was like, I don't know, my plan's to win the tournament. But
right.
That's probably like
my plan is to win round 1. Right?
Yeah, right. And my plan's to win round 2, and then like X and I don't ever plan to lose. So, but that's probably like I would have said that like 5 years ago. I don't know. It's obviously like a foolish thing, and it's bad goal setting. So
yeah, I think my macro on this is more along the lines of: are you planning on playing Starvo, or something you like doing?
Oh, is that what you mean? I'm gonna play Starvo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Starvo. Okay. If that's what you mean, sorry.
I think I played myself out of playing Starvo in the Calling.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just gonna play something that I don't, that I will have fun playing, win, lose, or draw.
Sure.
I can see myself trying to get too in the weeds and winning in this game and have it devolve the way other games have for me.
Sure.
So I think I need to pivot into doing something I enjoy, and if it so happens to be favorable matchups, I outplay somebody, whatever, that being the different end for me. I think that's what I'm going to do. Outside of the Blitz tournament, which that's just pure enjoyment. That's just nothing but.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Blitz. That'll be fun.
We're going to put Abby in the middle, right?
For sure.
All right, Abby's in the middle.
For sure.
Captain's got to be in the center.
Easy BC. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
I mean, I know that we're playing a team event. I don't know what being in the middle means.
Means that there's like 3 seats. You're
okay,
sitting in
I
between
understand
Jordan
that. I don't know if it that matters to anything.
Like, so there's 2 ways that you would look at it. Sometimes you put your most experienced player in the B seat so that both like A and C could like talk to them, or you put the person that like wants the most communication in the middle so that they could access A or C depending on who's busy at the moment. Like it doesn't really matter. Like at the end of the day, like I think
the same no matter what.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of like metagaming that goes on with the ABC seats, and it just is nonsense to me. Like
but our hockey sweaters have 2 A's, which are Jordan and I, and 1 C, which is the captain, which is you. So you have to be in the middle.
Right, you have to be in the center. Yeah.
Then what are we talking about? I'll be in the middle.
Abby's the middle.
Abby's the middle.
There we
Easy.
go.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
We did it. See fixed.
I could see myself switching decks for the Blitz based on what you're saying. I like Bravo, like young Bravo, but
I will hand you a set of casino dice if you're gonna play KO.
Oh man, I could see myself wanting to roll them bones.
Oh, it's fun. Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Just to be silly, and like it's a fun tournament, and like if you get 3 wins, you get prize tickets, right? So I think that's my goal, performance wise, is 3 and 3. Not light $60 on fire. That's it.
I've lit. We've discussed this before. I've lit way more than $60 on fire.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point too. So
whatever.
Abby, what did you do in Flesh and Blood this week?
Jordan and I played a game of Blitz.
A game.
Yeah.
A game of
I
Blitz.
won.
Fun.
So I am officially ready for Indy.
Ira versus Bravo, and
Oh, shocking.
yeah,
Yep.
That the Bravo got Kodachi locked.
yeah,
Weird.
yeah. It was a downer. I had a really cool like Showtime into Pulverize turn. That was fun.
Not gonna matter.
No, but it really didn't. She was like, "Yeah, I'll just go to 6," and like,
Yeah.
And then Kodachi, okay, my Kodachi for 0. Okay,
yeah, neat.
we're back on our path.
Right,
It just
right,
doesn't fucking matter.
right.
It was great. Not mad about it.
Yeah, that deck is silly.
But I think that's all I did. I had to wait until my blitz deck was ready. So
No, it's
my
still not
God.
because I
I
own
have
these
been
cards,
limited
and Jordan
on,
doesn't.
what I could do until that was put together.
Abby acts like she does not have access to like the room where the cards are in our house. It's bananas to me.
I don't know where they are. It's locked.
It's not locked. What? What are you, the cat? It's not locked.
Yeah, I can't get the door doesn't open. I don't know. It's weird. All right.
Need a
So
fucking magic word or something? Like, what is this?
It's not locked.
yeah, it's locked. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know how to get in.
Cheers.
Oh God.
So we talked a bit about Indy. The Saturday after Indy, so the 26th, we are giving away the seat to the 5K at the Realm in Mansfield. They actually had to move where they're having the tournament at. It's like, I don't know, 1/10 of a mile from the store, so you're not going that far. But due to the amount of people that signed up, the store does not have the capacity to hold it, which is
Good thing.
very exciting. So we are giving away that seat. I think Jordan is going to live draw it. Is that happening, Jordan?
Yeah. Actually, the original winner reached out to me and let me know that they were not able to make it. So
First off, the original winner was me.
well,
That is-
yeah. It's
And
illegal.
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry, my dear fappers, but since the lockout has ended for Major League Baseball, I will not be in attendance. I will be in Arizona double fisting beer in the stands of a baseball game.
all right. It looks like Chris is C-Dubs is going to be our winner for the lockouts or the lockout. Christ, the
Baseball on the brain, bitch.
yeah, the winner of the free seat, which is actually kind of crazy because Chris is a local
fitting.
to the Realm.
Yes.
Yeah, so like a very fitting winner for that. And congratulations, Chris. Yeah, we had we had 7 entries to that. So nine. What did I say? 7.
7.
I don't know, 9, 10, some amount. We had an amount of entries to that, so that's pretty cool. I know there's a lot of people that were talking about like flying in for it too. Like it's worth it. 5K is an event worth traveling to for sure. I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, if honestly, and then this is, I can say this now with and people are like, yeah, right. But if baseball had not come back, I had planned on being there. But
Yeah.
I haven't got spring training baseball in reality in 2 years, and I told myself the amount of money that was too much money to spend to go see spring training baseball again, and knew I was lying to myself and that I would have spent roughly any amount of money. I guess we all have our thing, right?
Yeah,
And that's
no,
right.
like that's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
So if you did not win, but Jordan and I will still be there. So if you did not win or you're still interested, we will have the link to the event in the show notes. So you can go sign up, and that is the 26th of March in Mansfield, Ohio. Event starts at 10.
I don't know. We have the link.
And then I closed it. Hold on, let me verify that
That's
before I
cool.
tell you the wrong time.
Yeah, you
Registration is from 8 to 9:30, and round 1 begins at 10.
there you go.
Yep. And there's also going to be like I assume they're going to fire side events too, and like the store is really neat. It's like a really cool area. And then if you are there and you're a fapper, Abby and I will show you around the great wandering metropolis of Mansfield, Ohio.
Yeah, there will be some live fapping. It just so happens the person with the biggest hands won't be there, so you take that for what you will. But the you also can get a free tour of Abby's ancestral home in Mansfield, Ohio. The thriving metropolis. I'm sorry, Abby, I forgot to include the thriving metropolis of Mansfield.
That's right.
Ohio. Yeah,
that's right. You will get a personal tour on the greatness that could be there
Is there a grill?
if we were in a different area.
If there's a grill, that's all you really need.
There is a grill.
Okay.
All right, so we've got some news. First thing, Skirmish Season 4 has been announced, and it's Blitz.
Abby's excited.
Thank you, LSS, for making a version of this game be relevant that I can play. So I'm very excited for that. It runs from March 26th through April 17th. And then prize support is 1 Spring Tidings Skirmish Championship playmat, 1 Everfest People's Championship playmat, 8 Cold Foil Young Heroes from Monarch and Aria, except for Briar, and 32 Cold Foil Cooper tokens. Cooper.
Now, I have seen these in person. The mat's pretty legit. The heroes look great. The copper tokens look amazing. They look way too good. So this is something that you should be doing just to get copper tokens to then send to me. Because I will need them as I play Kasai. I have a cold foil Kasai even, so I just need everything to match.
There you go. And I think it's funny that they were like, hey, by the way, not Briar.
Yeah, BT dubs, we forgot to print the correct version of this card.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. These look sweet. These events are gonna look awesome. Our schedule is weird. I don't know how many we're gonna get to play in, unfortunately. One in Columbus is on my birthday. So like,
is there only one here so far?
To my knowledge, there's one in Mansfield at the Realm, actually.
The Realm?
Yeah. So there's at least one on the 9th.
Oh right.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah, because like got stuff going on that weekend. But yeah, it's gonna be a really cool season. And I actually haven't played one of these. I haven't played in a skirmish yet, but I hear they're actually a great event.
Yeah, they're nice. The prizing's awesome. The stuff they send looks great. I had fun in the skirmish I played in last skirmish season. So yeah, I don't.
Where do they fall in the like comparison to Magic events in Magic OP structure?
They kind of feel like, you remember old store champs?
Like game days?
No. There used to be a thing called store champs.
No, I don't remember those.
So you had that was very brief. I only think they ran for a couple of years.
Gotcha.
But the store champion, there'd be a store champion like Matt and stuff like that. It feels like store champs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
In addition to that, we also have the the Q2 product release that everyone was speculating on.
Yep.
Is that what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a box set. It's gonna have Rhinar versus Dorinthea Blitz decks, prepackaged together. And then it has the 2 Blitz decks, and then both of your heroes are cold foil, your weapons are cold foil, and then your equipment cards are rainbow foil. And
yeah, this is really cool. It's $50 MSRP, which USD. Sorry for the Canadians, Euros, Aussies, and Kiwis that we have in our listener pool. We love you to death. Don't think we don't. And it looks like it's a new Dorinthea and a new Rhinar with new weapons.
Yeah, these aren't like Welcome to Rathe heroes. Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. These are different entirely. And they look very cool. So we have Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy is the one that we know. Where reference is Dawnblade Resplendent, which is a different Dawnblade. So that'll be the weapon. We just don't know what the wording is on it. So yeah, it's a bit different and it's a bit interesting. So we'll see what that actually looks like. I'm excited. I definitely will buy this because I guess I'm just an addict. But yeah, I think it's very cool. And this is a neat way to get people into the game. I think this is actually just a very good product in general.
Yeah, I'm excited about this.
And you get full art mentors too.
Well, full art mentors, you get a 48-page lore book.
That's kind of okay. Like honestly, I'm standing for the lore book.
Yeah, like that's going to be really neat. Like I think the biggest deficiency with the blitz decks that they currently sell, like the starter blitz decks, is that there's not like, you don't get like a play mat with it. You don't get like there's no like how to play in there. You know, they're not like, they're good like starter products, but they're not good starter products at the same time.
Right.
This is designed to be like, hey, you and your friend can be like, hey, let's try this game together, and it's a $50 board game that you'd buy off the shelf at your store. You know.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it's a $50 board game that I'm guessing this will just retain value over time too.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
Probably not. It's not just a set $50 on fire, which again we've done that before.
Would do it, yeah.
But would do again.
Right.
10 of 10.
Almost certainly will. Not even a question.
Yeah, 100% will happen. And I mean, honestly, if I could find somebody that had an open lore book, original lore book that wanted to sell it to me for like $400 or $500, I'd just buy it.
Yeah.
But so I'm kind of a stand for the lore book in general. But this just looks like it's the kind of jumping off product that the game needs to just garner more interest, and we get it in a month or 2 months or whatever it is. 2 months. Yeah.
I feel a little bad because I don't think they planned on releasing this right away. Like, this wasn't supposed to be spoiled right now. I think someone from the distributors kind of leaked it, because if you look at the products website on FabTCG, there are actually 2 other things that are going to come out before this. This comes out May 27th, and there are 2 products scheduled for May 6th and April 28th that are not this.
We don't know what they are.
We don't know what they are. Yeah, they're question marks.
And we know they're not PvE because PvE is a year away.
Right. It is 2023. Q1 2023 is what I think I remember. So
Really?
there is a product April 28th that is some question marks, and then May 6th as well on fabtcg.com/products. Yeah, so I don't know what those could be. This is what I thought we were getting for Q2.
That's interesting.
We are getting a Classic Battles and standalone booster set on June 22nd, or on June.
Yeah, we already know
knew that.
I think we already have the name of that one too, if I remember.
Do we? I know that it was announced with the Pro Tour stuff.
Yep.
Because there's going to be some previews going on.
You know, because I drink a lot and don't remember things. But I think that I didn't know there's 2 other things.
There's 4 releases in Q2.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Like, so we got Everfest in February, and then April, May, and June are going to be some big releases.
Yeah, feed me. Like, yeah, just do it. Just bury me in shit that I want. I had to be very specific that I added the I want on there, or else it sounds like I'm down for the Cleveland Steamer, and to each your own, but that's not a me thing.
Sure.
But yeah, that's a lot. I'm straight up looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I wonder what it'll be. I wonder what they'll be. They could be small stuff. It could be some small stuff, right? Like
what? Are they going to put fucking a... Oh, that would be cute. If it was a... God, I can't believe I'm saying these words out loud. That it was a Starvo Blitz deck. Young Starvo.
Oh no. Why would you say that out loud? Why would you put that into the bad place?
Why would I put that in the world?
What? We already live in a hellhole. Have you looked outside? Why would you?
What a shitty day to stop doing cocaine.
What did you? Why would you? There's war in Europe. There's inflation is through the roof. Gas prices are through the teeth. Homelessness is at an all-time high, and you want Starvo and Blitz?
I don't want it.
Oh my God.
Like, the last thing I want is that bullshit.
Jesus, man, have some perspective.
Because you know what? Plunder Run's still legal too.
Oh my God! Oh no, you wouldn't play that in Starvo.
No, but it's still legal. I just want to point that out in case somebody was playing Ira. But I don't know what they could be though. Like I would think Everfest Blitz decks make sense, but
yeah,
then it would be like
an Eastlander, like an Eastlander's precon.
Yeah, hopefully it's like Icelander and Guinness what you need. And
would you do that alongside these classic battles?
Not alongside. It comes up before.
Well, that's what I mean. But that'd be a really weird quarter too. It's just like here's like 6 Blitz decks.
Well, if you just did 4, if you just did like 2 Blitz decks, and the other things can kind of be a whatever is my guess. My guess is some form or fashion of other type of box set, right? Maybe it's a classic constructed version of like these battles. Maybe it's, a CC Challenger deck. Like Challenger decks existed in in Magic, right?
Sure.
Maybe something like that, where it's a Bravo Challenger deck, not Starvo. God, no.
Maybe it's even just like a
a
store support kit for like tokens.
sure, cool.
Something, I don't know.
Maybe new intro decks.
Yeah, maybe new intro decks. Yeah, I mean,
Because
there's a lot.
There's a lot it could be.
Yeah.
So then you do Icelander and a Genis or Valda, probably Valda. Icelander and Valda Blitz decks seem fine. Just no Starvo. Just no.
Just looking at this now, it is going to be a weird quarter 3 because there's nothing slated for quarter 3.
I think there is stuff. There's going to be stuff for quarter 3. They just haven't announced anything.
Well, they have stuff for quarter 4 up there.
Wait, what?
They have like dates for quarter 4 or like months for quarter 4.
And nothing for quarter 3.
Right. Yeah. So like April, May, June for Q2.
And July, August, September are nothing.
Right. Yeah. October and November, there are things. And then December is typically a quiet month for them. So it is kind of a weirdly jam-packed Q2.
Well, that makes sense, though, because July, August, September would be Road to National season.
Yeah, if there's Road to Nationals and callings and stuff, like in that realm, like you're not going to notice the lack of product releases too much, especially since you'll have the standalone set of draft. But it will have we felt this way with Tales of Aria leading up to Everfest, where we were like, fuck, like, okay, like we were kind of in a drought. And if they do this like feast famine thing, that could get interesting. But we'll see. Like, we don't know, right? This is really like the first year of full-scale mass production that we've been following it very closely.
Yep.
And COVID hasn't been like raving its ugly head. Yeah.
Although you never know. I mean, the world could burn down yet again.
Right.
In a number of ways.
Right.
But who knows?
For sure.
And then in addition to that, there is another back alley oracle going over some trees.
So can we talk about really quick the title Back Alley Oracle? Because when I hear back alley, I put another word after it. And
what do you put there?
Do I have to say it?
I actually don't know what you're getting at.
Because I remember like I guess I'm older than you guys, but the conversations was always about back alley abortions.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm just sitting there and I'm just like reading this in regard to Flesh and Blood. I'm like, wow, this is getting ultra social issue. Oh, an oracle. Oh, okay. We're not talking about women's health rights. Okay. So I'm firmly into her body, her choice, Kim. Just want to get that out there. But
it's just not what this
article's about. It really weirds me out to see back alley at the beginning of fucking anything.
Yeah, it's just not what this. It's just not what this article's about. Yeah,
not what this is about.
That's
so
really funny.
Please donate to Planned Parenthood, and we'll talk about the oracle now.
So is there any specifics that you guys want to call out?
They just explain the tree, honestly.
Yeah. It goes over like interactions with cards, and I think they're good if it's something that like
if you play Corsham, yeah. And if it's in your local meta, you should probably just give this a quick glance over. These articles are good. But
have you ever read? Has anybody? Okay, so I'm going to take the text of a Corsham. It's right here. I'm going to read it out loud. The text on the card. Okay, because this is just bonkers. When you arrive at the legendary Corsham, go again. Whenever a hero reveals a card, they gain a resource or gain 1 health, or their next attack this day gains +1 power, or the next action card they defend with this day gains +1 defense. At sunset each day, depart Corsham if no hero gained resources, health, attack, or defense. That's how the card reads. It reads like a terrible YA novel.
Yeah, I don't know why they did this at all.
I got nothing.
It's the only card they've done that does this. Like, neat.
I guess flavorful.
Yeah,
sure. It is a many flavored fruit roll up, and I'm happy that they got their tie-dye flavor on. But tell me what the fucking card does.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a weird champ thing to print.
Abby, can you now tell us what the card does?
If you reveal a card, you get to do one of 4 things, and if you don't do it, it goes away, is my understanding.
We did it! Holy shit! We did it! Explain the card. Straight away.
Wow, good job, back alley
What
Oracle.
the shit. Again, that any rate, I would okay. I can't. How hard can I bury myself in one show? We're just not going to do it.
Nope, it's okay. So yeah, if you play trees and you want to see how it interacts, there's a whole article about it, and you can go through and read it. It goes over like a bunch of different card interactions you could see. So like, if you play it, I'm sure it's great.
Absolutely.
I have never played with a tree, so
Done it once.
I didn't know what it did until I read it 10 minutes ago.
I own multiple trees, so I decided to just try it one time. It was okay. It was better than broccoli.
Better than broccoli.
I don't know, man. Broccoli is really good.
Right, but you need copious amounts of butter and garlic to make broccoli good, and that butter and garlic could just be on bread.
You literally could just eat broccoli out of the fridge,
right?
Like with your teeth.
Okay, not out of the fridge. I don't like raw broccoli. I like it cooked, but I don't need it. Like a little salt and pepper, and it's great.
Still not doing it for me. Nope.
Weird.
We're not a vegetable podcast. We are a bread podcast.
We're a bread podcast.
I do enjoy bread. We had biscuits and gravy today, so.
Have you ever been to Tupelo, honey? I guess they are in Ohio, but
Tupelo, honey?
Tupelo,
no,
like Tupelo, Mississippi. It's a restaurant. They're open one in Des Moines. They had a soft opening today, where if you made a reservation fast enough, you just got to eat for free.
Oh.
So $60 bill that I didn't pay. Felt great. They had some good ass biscuits and honey. Like, not gonna lie, like bread, honey, and then butter, and then like fresh blueberry preserves. It was fucking divine.
The one in Columbus is opening this summer.
Okay, well there you go. So get in on that Tupelo, honey.
Now let's just go ahead and join Social Club.
I'm doing that right now too.
You go ahead and do it then. I don't want emails.
Well, I'm glad that I've made your lives better just this one time.
All right. Well, Abby's doing that. Abby's signing up for Tupelo Honey Social Club. I'll get us to the next section.
Shouts to Tupelo Honey.
Indy. I can multitask. Let's just be clear here.
Let's see it happen.
All right. So as you are all aware, Indy, not Wendy.
Yeah, multitasking at its finest.
Is coming this weekend. So we are obviously going to be there, just to be clear. So kind of wanted to let everyone know where you can find us while we're there. So feel free to stop up and say hi. Please don't say any of the weird things that we have previously discussed. But by all means. So on Friday, we are going to be playing in the Team Blitz event. And then after that, we're going to go to Sun King Brewery. I will let Logan tell you all about that place because it's his favorite.
Right here. It's on this glass if you're watching on video. I drink out of Sun King glasses almost exclusively. But yes, we'll be at Sun King after the Blitz event, having some drinks, just chatting with people, having a little bit of food. It is my favorite brewery in the country. I am a giant Sun King stan. I'm probably going to spend $500 there. But it's just everything they do is divine. And if you're a beer drinker, it is a can't miss. They're great. They also have whiskeys if you're a whiskey person, so that they have a distillery.
You know, they were a sponsor for Gen Con for a bunch of years.
Every year.
And that's basically when I drink their stuff, is when they just like hand it out to you as you walk down the street in Gen Con. And it's really good. It's like they have cool can art, which is always nice. I'm excited to go.
Yeah. And we'll also be easily identifiable. We do have Flesh and Pod swag that we wear. So you'll be able to find us pretty easy. Yeah, so please join up, hang out, have a drink. I'll probably buy you a drink because I'm a glutton for punishment. And yeah, we'd just love to meet up with anybody who wants to. Just if you say weird things to Abby, you'll be bounced by some human that is probably much larger than you, is my guess. So
yeah, you'll be bounced by me. I can handle it on my own.
Yeah, but if we have we have some other things. We have some other people that may bounce. That may be slightly more intimidating.
Yeah, I'll just let whoever that is bounce them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's me. It's fine.
I mean, you're already most of that, so I guess, yeah, we can just let you do it.
I am pretty scary. And then Jordan and Logan are both going to be playing in the Calling on Saturday. I will be around doing various side events.
Yes.
If you are going and have not yet, make sure to upload your vaccine passport or your negative test to the SCG website. Your test has to be 72
hours
old, so don't do that now. But you could just get the fucking vaccine and be fine. So you could just upload that and you're good to go.
Yeah, I recommend a double of Moderna with a Pfizer chaser.
See, I'm a triple Pfizer man myself, but
yeah,
but
that's fine. Getting a triple Pfizer seems good.
Yeah, I could appreciate all different diversity.
I like some variation in my cocktails.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a triple Pfizer with no hardships. Jordan got like 8 billion questions.
Interrogated to get my my Pfizer backer. Yeah, so it was right when like this isn't a super important story, but it was like right when the third shot became available, and I work predominantly from home, almost exclusively. Don't go out, right? But I went with Abby so that she could get hers because she is eligible for it in that first batch that Ohio had set. And I signed up on the website and I didn't lie about any of the questions, and they were like, "Yep, you're eligible." So I went and was like, "Oh, cool. I didn't think I was, but like, I'll get my shot." And the lady was like, "Hey, like, are you eligible for this?" I was like, "Yo, man, I don't know. Just like, I'm here to get a shot. If you tell me I can't, that's fine. Like, I just signed up online or whatever." And she goes, "Well," like, and asked me all these questions about work and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I felt like I was going to get arrested." And I was like, "Are you guys like hard up like for vaccines? Like, are you like, running low on them?" She goes, "Oh no, we throw some away every day." And I was like, "Then what the hell, lady? Put it in my arm. What are we talking about?"
Yeah,
like,
we had it. So like for me, it was one of my friends, like on work chat, like hits me up and she's like, "Hey, there's this pharmacy in Winterset, which is like 30 miles away, just got devastated by tornadoes. Horrible. And she's like, this pharmacy is throwing away doses, so just call them." Okay, deal. I call, and I'm like, my wife and I would like to get COVID vaccination. And she's like, "Okay, do you have any pre-existing conditions?" I'm like, "What qualifies?" She's like, "Are you a smoker? No. Do you have cancer? No. Are you overweight?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm fat as fuck." And she's like, "Perfect." And she's like, "And your wife?" I'm like, I count for her too. I'm that fat. And she's just like, "Yeah, great. Sounds good."
That's so funny.
And showed up and just jabbed us. Now there's a point here that I want to make, and I do not want to scare anybody off. But I love needles. I really enjoy my skin being punctured by a needle, which is why I never did injectable drugs growing up, because I would just been 100% a junkie, not from the high of the drugs, but from the needle. Okay. I don't have tattoos for the same reason.
Gotcha.
So when somebody was like, "You can go get a vaccination in which they will puncture your skin with a needle," I was immediately in.
Yeah, and it makes you a societal hero. Like, and it's the right thing to do. Yeah.
I kind of only give a fuck about one of those.
Right. Well, there's so much upside.
Right. It's all upside for me. I can get a shot and then get to do shots in places that people do shots and be celebrated as a hero because I'm doing shots because I got a shot.
That's so funny.
It's all upside. It's all shot taker times X. It's fantastic.
I got the first two really early in the cycle for Ohio because Walmart had a no waste list where like if you just called them and were like, "Hey, put me on a list, and if someone doesn't show for an appointment, like I'll take it." And I got it seriously, like, I mean, really early after it came out.
My first one was a year ago yesterday.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, wow, the time is weird.
Got my first
flat circle
round. Ohio had waves, and then the like fat people wave came out, so I got it. And then in between when I got my first two and when I got my booster, I found out I have an autoimmune disease. So Jordan got 8,000 questions, and I just walked up and the lady was like, "Why are you getting this?" And I was like, "I'm immunocompromised." And she was like, "Oh, okay, it's
stick your arm out."
Thanks.
Wow, you're in 5
nice card to play, but I'm sorry about your immune disease.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Things are a lot better than they were previously, so I'm just glad that we got
But it was crazy how easy it was for her. It was the same lady too. Same lady was like, "Oh yeah, just stick your arm out. I'll give you a little Pfizer backer." And I'm just like, "Oh yeah, hit me too, daddy." And she was like, "Absolutely not. Let's have a talk."
If you go up to some random fucking person in a pharmacy and say, "Hit me, daddy," they're probably not going to want to give you anything. I'm just going to point that out right now.
Like, appointment.
I don't fucking care.
All right. So, our red.
Anyway, upload your fucking vaccine status to the website, or make sure you get a test on
and hit me,
Thursday.
daddy.
And get a test on Thursday.
Yeah, and if you're there, come say hi. Message us in the Discord if you can't find us. We'll be out and about all weekend.
We're pretty recognizable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Our Reddit thread of the week. There's not a whole lot happening.
Oh Christ, we're gonna do this, aren't we?
So it is by Pity the Pete, and it is it me or do you guys love the word spicy? And it is a person who is getting back into a TCG, and everyone is saying spicy this and spicy that. Is the post.
Hey, listen, when you guys source your Reddit threads of the week, you can complain about them. It's a slow week on the Reddit, okay? It's a slow week on the Reddit. So I love gamer like lingo, and I love Magic or like card player lingo in particular. Like, it's gas was in my lexicon.
I've
business for years.
Still is. Yeah,
like
Mize. I used Mize all the time.
Yeah. Like law school people would be like, dude, why are you saying like it's gas? What does that mean? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like it's super gas. Yeah, it's just like good. Or medium minus is
medium plus, medium minus.
Yeah, medium plus, medium minus. Yeah, dece. Like people would be like, what the hell are you talking about, man? I'm like, yeah, that's super dece. And they'd be like,
runner.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oops.
Yeah, I have heard all of these words.
If you just said to somebody like, "Yeah, I'm running hot," they'd be like, "What? Like,
what?
Oh, you don't gamble, do you?
You have a fever?" Like,
yeah,
no,
right.
No, I don't. I don't think. But
life is
good, like
man.
So, because I remember even like back 15 years ago, be like, "Oh yeah, just like find something that I thought I'd lost." Oh, Mize, and they're like, "What?" Like Mize. What?
Yeah, you
what's
like
that?
Mize, you Mize
as well.
Yeah,
might as well. Am I right? What? Might as well. Am I right? Shortens down to Mize. And like, why does that shorten down to Mize?
Oh, so that's not what I thought.
Right?
That's not what I thought Mize was.
That is what Mize is.
Mize here would be like bet, or like you Mized it out, like
because you found the thing you were looking for. You Mized it out.
I don't know how that translates to might as well, but I
because
like
you'd look at the top card, you'd have the win. Might as well. Am I right? Bolt you dead.
Okay.
And then it turned into Mize.
Man, you know this lingo is bad when like people that are ingrained in this don't even know what the fuck each other is saying. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure Mize came around before you were born, to be honest.
Sure.
Spicy. I use spicy a lot, but not just in a flesh and blood area. You can ask Jordan. My favorite use of spicy is a Sprite from McDonald's. It's spicy.
Wait, what?
You never heard this trend?
A Sprite from McDonald's is spicy. It just hits different. Oh my god.
The
so
carbonation,
good.
the way that it comes out,
yes,
it creates like the way the bubbles pop or whatever.
Das Strudel?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That means the bubbles.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like the way the bubbles are, they pop like hard or whatever. It's different. Next time you go to McDonald's, get like a regular beverage. Don't get a diet. Get a regular.
Get a Sprite, and then go to like Wendy's and get a Sprite. And it is
that would
two
require me to go
different
to
drinks. 2
fast food places, which is almost anathema. I'm not doing that. But what the fuck? Like,
it hits different.
I made so much fun of her when she first said it, but then I was like, damn, dude, that's right. There's a girl on TikTok that chugs a Sprite every day and tries not to burp, and she, dude, I don't know, TikTok's weird. And so like she'll just go, man, this is spicy.
I think I've just given up on humanity again. That happened.
Slow news week, everybody.
Yeah.
So at the same time, would you say the Sprite is spicy and moist?
No.
Well, it's a liquid, so it can't be moist, right?
Well, liquid isn't automatically moist, right?
Not necessarily.
It is itself moisture.
Right, but we're not doing this. We're not doing this shit. We're not doing this. You're not
okay.
Me to do
So
this.
anyway, I don't know where spicy came from, but it is common in games where regions to have like, I guess I'm gonna say keywords, and that's not what I mean. But
for me, it was always gas.
Gas was a big one.
The sauce.
Dude, I'm big on the sauce.
The stones, which is the stone cold nuts,
or
the nuts.
Sure.
D plus, D minus, medium plus, medium minus, aggressively medium.
Okay.
A casual X, which a gentleman's is always a gentleman's. It's always a gentleman's 2, because a gentleman should never come in for more than 2.
But a casual 15. Yeah, dude.
15.
I say casual so much. Flesh and Blood people don't get that, or like
they don't.
But when they do, they love it. Because like a guy, I attacked a guy with Pulverize in Stravo, and he was like, I was like, yeah, casual 14. He was like, that's funny. I was like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's like with like same thing to do with like a fused Okanol. It's like it's a casual 11. I mean, the impolite parts are the dominate, go again.
Right. Yeah, the on hit effects,
and the putting cards on bottom, but it's a casual 11.
Right, like it's very forgettable. It's fine.
It's dressed down. There's no suit and tie required. I mean, no jacket.
We can just khakis and a polo type of guy.
Yeah.
No, it's dude. Casual is. I'm big on casual. I'm big on the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, if it's casual, just take off your pants and jacket. It's fine.
Excuse me. Oh, I get it.
That's an album.
That is. It's a Blink-182 album.
Thank you. I was like, I know this.
So yeah, if it's casual, it's fine. There's nothing to see here. It's casual.
But please,
a gentleman should never come in for more than 2.
All right, a gentleman's 2.
It's a gentleman's 2.
I love it. Tell us your favorite gamer
or
slang.
a gentle lady or a gentle person's 2, depending on where our pronouns lie in specific matchups. But yes,
man, I love it. Casual 2, a gentle person's 2.
No, it's a gentle person's 2.
A casual
14.
Casual greater than 2.
Casual 20 ball. On a sweet KO turn.
X ball.
It's a casual
you say
20
X ball a lot. I say
X ball. I say X ball.
Yeah, X ball.
Yeah, whatever ball, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's like,
literally. An X is it could be a 2 ball for sure.
Oh, yeah, it could 2 ball. 8 ball is my favorite ball.
Yeah, well,
for numerous reasons.
Right, there's a variety of play there.
Vast variety of my entire childhood up through my adult years were. Never mind. We're not gonna get into that.
We're gonna move on to that one.
Moving on, Abby, please.
Let us know your favorite words in the Discord this week, and we can chat about it.
Wow.
We have 2 listener questions this week. The first is from Teague Lake League. If you could alter one hero ability, either to nerf a hero or to buff a hero, which hero would it be, and what would be the new ability text?
I think Starvo could really do with only having 1 or 2 of the elements required to activate its ability. I think 3 is too hard.
I think the real answer to that is you need to strip one of the things. Either dominate or go again. Take away one of these.
You know what's funny? Sometimes I wish that my cards didn't have dominate so that my opponents could make more mistakes.
That sounds like you.
Like sometimes like blocking with 1 card or not blocking the Oakenold is like sometimes just like correct. But if they could block with 3 cards, they would. And like you're like, man, I really wish you could block with 3 cards.
Their turn.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I really wish you could block 3 cards right now because I'm going to do my thing again next turn. And if you don't, you're right. Like that's a tempo play. But I know that's not even like ultimately good for the Stravo deck. But I think that a lot of like, man, this person wants to mess up, and the game will not let them.
I think for me, it's give Macdal her missing intellect back.
Yeah.
Add a doll.
That's a good one.
Or upgrade Shiana's ability to play like not just the specializations, but like the class cards as well, up to a certain degree, somehow, some way.
I think I would like it if Katsu could have the card in exile until the next turn.
I think that's too good.
It might be too good. I think they've started to explore that design space in Everfest with the ninja cards.
Yeah.
And I think like right now it gets really awkward with like where you hit and you're just like, oh, I don't have anything to do with my like activation. It's kind of uncomfortable. But sorry. I think
I want to swing a bow for 1 too. I want a bow to also be a bat that we can swing for 1.
I think that would be too good.
You're probably right.
I think like the downside of like the upside of arrows is worth the cost of not being able to win a fatigue battle or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah. Also, Logan mentioned to me that this question has been sitting in our hopper for apparently 1 billion years. So I'm sorry, Teague. Teague is dope, and I did not mean to pass on your question for months.
It was not even a month. Okay.
Okay. Good. I thought when you said that, I was like, shit. Like we don't even have that many listener questions, and I just missed one. Like, yikes.
I mean, because we usually just like there are definitely points in time where our Discord devolves into shitposting. And
for sure.
we 100% devolved into shitposting. And Sleepy Jackal, God bless Sleepy Jackal, usually we'll herd the cats into like the general channel and away from what they're talking about. But this one kind of got buried a little bit, and I was surfing around. I'm like, oh, this is a good one. I like this one for the cast. And T, good question. I'm glad we got to answer it on air. You're awesome. Love you to death.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll see you Friday or Saturday, probably.
Our second question is from Fighting Walloon. When you play against quote X deck, what are things that they do that you're most worried about or that cause you the most problems?
So specifically, Fighting Walloon was asking about Rhinar, but said, hey, if you need to talk about it in a broader sense.
The Rhinar definitely was triggering because I've died to Reckless Swing twice.
Yeah, so let's talk about Rhinar because that was a specific question, but if there are other decks that immediately come to mind and have like big things, we should talk about them too.
I think it's the D-reacts that deal damage. Are the things that I have the hardest time because I've died to Reckless Swing, I've died to Steelblade Shunt, I've died to Sigil of Suffering. And the time I died to Shunt was the worst because I didn't need to attack. They were fatigued out. I could block out their hand. I never had to worry again. It was over. I just had to attack with a card on the next turn and I win. And Shunt only deals the damage on a weapon. And like a fucking derp, I don't even think of Shunt. And I just, okay, well, pit to blue and just hammer you. Make you block with the card from your hand. He's like, Shunt it, kill you.
Yeah.
I'm a greedy fuck. Okay, well, good to know. Sigil was a complete swing because I don't attack. They can't, and they don't have anything to Sigil. They're gonna have to pitch their Sigil, redraw their Sigil a couple of times because I just have them in fatigue lock. And instead I attacked, they Sigiled me, blocked my attack full, took me to 1, and then had Thorn back up, and then I'm dead. So yep. Dead, right, great. So those are the things I usually focus on are the D-reacts out of the decks that you just that also deal damage where you're not counting on that life swing. I've luckily learned my lesson, but damn, it's hard. Rosetta Thorn in general is kind of hard, but with an added point on top of it, it just almost makes it impossible.
Yeah, thinking about Rhinar specifically, I actually haven't played too much against Rhinar, but I agree with you that D-reacts that deal damage are like so just like awkward, and then like they operate on an axis that isn't common, so it's difficult to game plan around. Now, once you know they exist, like you know they exist in your arsenal,
you play around.
Yeah, but it is difficult to access your mind that way. To orient your mind.
I mean, same thing with Pummel and Razor, right? Like you kind of just sometimes you think about it and you're like, okay, well it's Prism, so if I play around Razor, I can play around Pummel Yellow, or Razor Yellow because I think they'll be playing yellows, and then they red you or whatever. Where you're like, oh, they're never going to play anything onto that, and then they lunging press it. I mean, there's sometimes that those little things are just like, oh shit. But like with Ninja, it's kind of obvious because you know they're playing Red Razors, you know they're playing Ancestral Empowerments. You never have to double think that. It's just always there. But
yeah,
the left field decks are the hardest ones.
Yeah. Have you played a lot against Rhinar in your local metas?
Yes,
yeah,
I honestly have.
Because like I think I maybe have only played one, if I've played one, and that like I was playing Bravo, so we just put our racing boots on, and like at the end of the day, like they made me like not use my hand, so I wasn't too worried about a lot because I don't want to use my hand anyway. You know, like I blocked with one of the blues and then hammered them, and that was it. You know, like I'm trying to think about like what out of there worries me. Unfortunately, like them rolling sixes, I worry about. But that deck's kind of just in a weird spot. So as it gets access to more tools, I think it gets better. And I know that's not really like that satisfying of an answer when you're like, man, I need to figure out how like my favorite hero scares people.
Reckless Swing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Reckless Swing. Yeah. Like get tied on damage and then turn the table with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and just die.
Yeah. It's the way it be sometimes.
That is the way it be. All right. Well, it has been great being back this week. As always, you can find us on Twitter at FlushPod. You can join our Discord. The link will be in the show notes. You can give us a 5-star review on Apple. You can subscribe wherever you listen to podcast. Jesus. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. We do have an email address. It's fleshandpod@gmail.com.
Belongs to Butane.
That's right. So I would ask him before you email us just to make sure he's okay with that. You can find me on Twitter at AbbyD83. Mostly various things that I tweet. I also found a new Twitter account. It's called Possum Every Hour, and they share a picture of a possum every hour, and I am now obsessed with it. So you will see me liking a bunch of those.
Okay.
Logan, what is your Twitter?
Hold
on. Are you trying to put some possum slander on that? What's wrong with that?
A little bit. Possums
They're adorable.
What are you doing?
They are adorable.
Everybody just follow We Rate Dogs. It is
I'm
far
gonna
more wholesome.
I'm gonna start tagging you in every single one I see now, so you have to look at it.
Believe you. Okay. I'm at Logan Peterson, and I will not be retweeting possum pics of all fucking things. The lockout's over. I will be tweeting about baseball, some politics, world's dead to me, but a lot of flesh and blood. I guess that's become my normal Twitter behavior is having discussions with people about flesh and blood on Twitter. And I'm also very active in our Discord. Hop in. If you enjoy discussing the game in a casual aspect, discussing the game competitively, or just shit posting in general, just please join us, because that's exactly what you're going to get.
It's 100% what you're going to get. As for me, I do all the same things as shit posting and Twitter, and you can find me at I'm Jerman. Tweeting, basically right now, it's a lot of like politics. There's a war on in Europe. A lot of flesh and blood stuff, of course. A lot of sports. Baseball's back, so that's going to be my whole thing. I'm going to be following the Guardians and the Reds, and then Evan White's career is basically what my Twitter will be until September. Also, my random Twitter account. There's a Twitter account that posts a different lot in Franklin County, Ohio, every single day. And they just pull it from the auditor's website, and they're going to be done in 2039. And I look at the picture of the lot every day. So
I guess also on another.
Have they done ours yet?
No.
Oh, well, you're in Franklin County, I guess.
Yeah.
And another note, please give the people at Fabrika, Fabrika, a look on YouTube and a look on Twitter.
Yep.
They are Ukrainian flesh and blood casters and personalities. They're awesome at what they do. Their videos are great.
It's the best gameplay. It's the best
gameplay videos you'll find. They are currently in, I believe, Poland.
Yeah.
Sort of waiting out this conflict, and I think that we, as a community, should give them as much support as possible, just to show that we are, as a community, will galvanize around the people that need us most. So please give them a like, give them a follow, watch their content. Their content's good on its own. You don't need any other excuse.
Right. Yeah, like if they weren't like Ukrainian refugees fleeing a war-torn zone, like from a madman trying to take their home, it would be good stuff.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it just so happens there is a madman trying to take their home.
Right.
So. Exactly.
We have a lot of people that like casually follow Flesh and Blood that listen to the show and don't necessarily play competitively, and their videos are the best at explaining where in the turn structure they are. They put their hands up on screen. They put like the cards that just got played up on screen. They clearly communicate.
They articulate everything.
Yeah. And it's in a cute Ukrainian accent, so you can even like be like, "Oh man, I wish I talked like that guy."
Quite beautiful.
Yeah. Eastern European accents are actually dope. So
they're just the best.
Yes.
But
there's another foreign
TCG
exchange student story in there too. There's two more foreign exchange students. There's two more foreign exchange student stories in there. Oh, ugh. Okay,
that's an outtake bit that you didn't want in.
That's right.
So I put it in the
You're the one that
now.
keeps bringing it up.
Wrap after dark.
All right.
I thought okay. That is all we have for this week. We will hopefully see a bunch of you in Indy this weekend, and we will talk to you next week. That's right. Yeah. Good. God, I am already terrified about putting that together.
Because we're going to do Everfest box opening where there are shots involved. So it's it's going to be painful.
I'm going to die.
Well, it's a good way to go.
That's right. All right. So we will talk to you next week. Bye.